Yesterday we were discussing about this anti-addition on cis and trans alkenes. So I told you if you add them in anti manner, remember addition was the rule that I gave. I gave this rule only. Tam drives a car. So that rule is valid for symmetric alkene only, and that too for anti-addition. Okay. Remember, addition should be of XX. Means both should be added. It's not like you are adding X and Y. Okay. I think it is clear. So can you tell me? Hmm? In this case, you have to tell me yes. Number of product formed. You have to tell me number of products formed. Please give me an answer fast. So I hope you recognize it is anti-addition. So one BR will go on wedge and one will go on dash, isn't it? So this will be what? Optically active. So since it is optically active, so you will get this as well as this. No, not cis and trans. Both will be optically active. They both are trans only. They both the both are trans only, but what will happen since it is anti-addition and it is optically active? So it will exist in two form only, no? It will exist in two form, dextro and levo. I don't know which one is dextro, I don't know which one is levo, but two forms will be there. Okay, and these two will be called enantiomer of each other. They are enantiomers of each other, isn't it? Okay. So let's move forward. Two products are formed. Yes, correct. Don't make this one. This will not be formed. This will not be formed. Okay. Both cannot be formed on the same side. Very well. So let's go for one more. Next is question. Not question, you should write addition of HBr across pi bond in presence of peroxide. In presence of peroxide. Yes, yes, yes. That is anti-Marconi group. In presence of peroxide, we call it peroxide effect or anti-Markovnikov addition. We call it anti-Markovnikov addition. Okay. So let's start anti-Markovnikov addition. See what happens. Let's say if you have this alkene, and if you add here HBr in presence of H2O2, or you can have any other alkene, any other peroxide. Let's say you can have this. You can have this, or you can have this. This one is called benzoyl peroxide, very famous. This one is called benzoyl peroxide. Okay. Now, when you have benzoyl peroxide and we are going for HBr, or you can have some other as well, no problem. But remember, there should be O single bond O. You can have this also, ROOR. That is nothing but your peroxide only. So here product will be this. Product will be this. Turn off your mics. Mute your mics. Okay. So this will be the product. What happened here? Negative part is attached on the carbon where more hydrogen are present, and positive part is attached to the carbon where less hydrogen are present. This is what we call anti-Markovnikov addition. Now, what happens in this reaction? Let me tell you. Can I change the flip mechanism? How it happens? See, first of all, you have HOOH, or you can have ROOR. You can have any peroxide. Okay. Now, what happens? Peroxide. What happens in peroxide? I hope you understand. These two electron pairs will repel each other, isn't it? So this bond is quite weak. Bond is weak. So in slightly heating or in presence of sunlight, what happens? If this bond undergoes homolytic fission, this bond undergoes homolytic fission like this. Okay. Now what happens here? We get this HO dot plus HO dot. Clear? Are you getting it? Now understand. What happens next? This is what we call, this is the first step of any free radical mechanism. We call this step as chain initiation. Okay? We call it chain initiation. Now, second step is chain propagation. Now, free radical will expand itself. Free radical will expand itself. How? Let me show you. You have HO dot. Now, this HO dot would like to get stable at any cost. So now it will look at the options available. Now, it will look at the options available. So it will find that there is something called HBr. There is something called HBr. HBr will be introduced in the system now. Okay. So OH dot, what it needs? OH dot requires just one electron. It requires just one electron. Are you getting this thing? OH dot requires just one electron. Are you getting this? OH dot requires just one electron. So now what will happen? Because of this one electron requirement, it causes here homolytic fission. So you get something like this. So this is what? This is H2O. They both will combine and they will form H2O, isn't it? OH dot plus H dot, they will combine to give you H2O. Now you have got Br dot. Br dot is now very unstable because it has become free. It has become a free radical. Its octet is lost. So now Br dot will go in search of others. So how many options it has got? Let's see. Br dot can go to HBr. Br dot can go to HBr. So Br dot, what it will do? It will combine with H again. It will combine with H again. Are you getting this? So it will give you HBr plus Br dot again. So that is no benefit from getting no benefit from HBr. So Br dot will go to this alkene. Br dot will go to this alkene. Now alkene, what it requires, one electron or two electron? Br dot. So it will again cause here homolytic fission only. It will cause homolytic fission. So you will get this, and plus Br dot. Now Br dot, tell me. Now there are two options in front of us. Now we have got two options. either Br dot will combine at the corner, Br dot will combine at the corner, so you will be left with this free radical, or Br dot can combine with the middle carbon and you will be left with this free radical. So tell me, which one is more stable? Combining with corner, which free radical is more stable, 1 degree or 2 degree? So that is why this will become in major amount and this will become in minor amount. Are you getting this? Any doubt? Okay. Now, copy it please. Why major? Because more stable free radical. I hope it is clear. Now, let me tell you, this is a story. Please mute yourself. Now, this is the story of Br dot. Br dot got robbed by this free radical, HO dot. Br dot got robbed by this free radical, HO dot. Please turn off your mic as I said. If you have this background noise, so please turn off your mic. Whenever I will ask, then only you just turn it on and then just immediately turn it off. Okay. Now, Br dot is, what do we say? Br dot, earlier Br dot was very stable along with HBr. Means when it was in form of HBr, Br dot was stable. Now you can see that Br dot's life is ruined. Who ruined the life? HO dot. So Br dot wants someone, Br dot wants someone to get stable. So what Br dot does, Br dot becomes stable by creating these. Br dot becomes stable by creating these. Now, you have generated a free radical. Now, this carbon, this free radical will feel his world is lost. His world is lost. Why? Because he was earlier very stable, making a double bond. Now it has left with a free radical. So it wants vengeance. It wants revenge. So what it will do? Who ruined the life of this alkene? Alkene's life is ruined by this Br dot. So now Br dot, now alkene would like to go for a revenge. So what it does, this Br dot goes to this HBr. This free radical goes to HBr. Why to HBr? Because life of alkene was ruined by Br dot. And what is the source of Br dot? HBr. So what happens? This alkene causes here again homolytic fission. And once it causes homolytic fission, you get, see, this H free radical will combine with H. So you will get this Br and here H and plus Br dot. Again, I hope you can see the life of Br dot is ruined. Who ruined the life of Br dot? This free radical. And what is the source of free radicals? Free radical source is this alkene. So Br dot again goes to this alkene in order to take revenge. Now again it causes here homolytic fission. Now once homolytic fission happens, again this is created. Now once it is created, its life is ruined. Who ruined the life? Br dot. So what is the source of Br dot? HBr. So this free radical goes to HBr and ruined his life also. Now again Br dot is emitted. It will again go to the alkene. Same process, keep happening, and it will go on. Please note this. Please note this, and it will keep happening. Okay. Fine. So let me write the next step. Third, chain termination. All the chain termination step is not that important. What will happen? I hope you understand the meaning of termination. Termination means the reaction will be stopped now. Reaction will be stopped now. Now, what will happen in this step? What happens? Everyone who was reacting with others, now they will start combining like this. Understand? We had this free radical. This free radical may combine with Br free radical directly. And you may get to see this. But very major. Oh, sorry, very minor, not just minor, very minor. Okay, maybe Br dot will combine with Br dot to give you Br2. Not necessarily, it is not necessary that you will have get this, but chances are there. So this is called termination step. Please note this as well. Okay, very well. Now let's move to the next. Let me give you some questions here. First of all, firstly questions, then product. Okay. Hmm? In first case, okay, you are saying hydrogen will be attached. Okay, okay, okay. Very well, very well. Fine, that's the correct answer. In first case, this is normal Markovnikov addition. You will get Br here, H here. And here, you will get Br here, H here. This is called electrophilic addition. And it is called free radical addition. This is called free radical addition. Are you getting this? Okay, very well. Let's move to the next point. We'll mark a star, start writing some points here. We'll write this peroxide effect is also called crash effect. We also call it crash effect. Okay. Next point. This is given by HBr only. Not just HBr, there are some other agents as well which can also give this kind of addition. But in our syllabus, in mineral acids, only HBr gives this reaction. We will write this given by HBr only. We will write HF and HCl bonds are too strong to be broken by free radical in propagation step. Therefore, reaction becomes, tell me, if you are not able to break a bond, reaction will be endothermic in nature, reaction will be exothermic in nature. Endothermic in nature. So your free radical is not capable of breaking HF bond or HCl bond. That is why what happens, reactions become uh, more endothermic in nature. That is why not favorable. That is why not favorable. Okay. Now next, in case of HI, in case of HI, the reaction is to take place as as I free radical is very less reactive. I free radical is very less reactive. Why? Because its size is quite big, and because of losing one electron and losing the octet, it is not like it becomes highly unstable. It's not like that. Okay. So here that's what I'm writing. It is very less reactive, therefore, as oh sorry, because of higher stability of I dot. Also, Ci bond is too weak. This makes reaction highly endothermic. Means what happens here, you can break the bond easily. In propagation step, you can break the bond easily. But when the Ci bond is formed, I hope you just see here. In propagation step, what happened here, you got to see this CBr bond. But where in the similar manner, when you see Hi bond, Ci bond to be formed, when you see Ci bond to be formed, so what happens? What do we say? When Ci bond is formed, so reaction becomes bond is not strong, so reaction becomes highly endothermic. So it is again not favorable for any reaction. Reaction being an endothermic reaction is not favorable for a reaction to carry on its own. So that's why we wrote this make reaction highly endothermic. So because of this reason, these two do not go for anti-Markovnikov addition. Okay. Please complete this. Okay. Okay. Fine. So if somebody asks you, what will be the product of this reaction? Yes, please. Yes. Yes. What will be the product? This. This will be the product. That's it. Okay. Clear? Can you tell me the intermediate form? Intermediate form in this reaction? Yes. How? Pi bond will attack on H plus. So you will get this carbocation. Normal 2-degree carbocation. Means even if they write H2O2, you should not get confused with it. You should not feel like, no, I will go for anti-Markovnikov. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay. Very well. Let's move to the next. Oh, yeah, no need for such question now. So I hope this anti-addition is electrophilic addition is clear to you. I need this much only. I'm not going for some other reactions. We will discuss these reaction as our chapter will arise. Okay. Otherwise, let's move to the next part. Let's move to the next part of the, so let's write next heading, nucleophilic addition reaction. It is very easy. Nucleophilic addition reaction. It is somewhat like this. First of all, we will write, it is generally given by aldehyde and ketones, and sometimes by alkynes. Sometimes alkynes also give this reaction. Okay, not always, sometimes. Okay, majorly alkyne give electrophilic addition only, but sometimes nucleophilic addition is also observed. Reaction is very easy. Let's say you have this R1R2. Okay, you will treat it with nucleophile. Now I hope you understand. Here delta plus is present. Can you feel the delta plus on this carbon? Why? Yes. So this pi nucleophile will attack here. This pi bond will be broken. You get R1, R2. Here O minus. Here what? Nu. Now we go for this protonation. By protonation, we get something like this. OH. This is generally happens. This generally happens in nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay. Please note this. This reaction which I have shown, can you feel is it is in anionic medium or it is in cationic medium? Means is it in acidic medium or is it in basic medium? No, no. This first step. This is in basic medium. So we call it electrophilic addition or nucleophilic addition in basic medium. Protonation is done. Protonation is done just because we can't leave O minus like this only. Okay. Have you written the mechanism? Now, let me give you some examples. No, don't write SCN here. Just write NaCN. What will happen? Yes, correct. Cn minus will attack here. This bond will break. We'll get something like this, I hope. Isn't it? And here it will be Na for sure. But if you want to write Na, no problem. If you don't want, no problem. Then what we do in the end, we treat it with H plus, or we can treat it with water also, no problem. Water also provides some amount of H plus. So here you will get OH and here it will be H and here it will be Cn. Isn't it? No, ONA will be, this ONA is nothing but it is just a salt, you can say. It is not your final product. It is not your final product. You will have to go for protonation just to make sure O minus forms a covalent bond. O minus and Na plus is an ionic bond. It will be ionized as soon as you put it in water. Okay. So this compound which is formed is called cyanohydrin. Why cyanohydrin? Why cyanohydrin? Cyano indicates Cn minus, hydrin indicates OH. Cyano indicates OH, Cn, and this hydrin indicates OH. I hope it is clear. This was in basic medium or acidic medium, tell me. This was in basic medium. Now, if I treat it with HCN along with NaCN, I hope you understand this is acidic buffer. Can you see? Acidic buffer. So it is nothing but your acidic medium. pH is generally less than 7, isn't it? How reaction will start? Let's understand. Now, I hope you recognize that this oxygen is quite electron rich. So this oxygen will attack on H plus. From where H plus is coming? It is the buffer solution. Or HCN is a weak acid also. HCN can also give you some amount of H plus and CN minus, isn't it? So first of all, you get this. Clear? Now what happens next? Oxygen has made 3 bonds. So oxygen would like to break one of its bond. So it will break this pi bond. So once it breaks the pi bond, at the very same moment, this CN minus furnished by NaCN will attack here. What you will get? You will get cyanohydrin. This is also nucleophilic addition reaction, but in which medium? Acidic medium. Please note this. Okay. Similarly, let me give you some more examples. Have you read that or not? Okay. Now let me show you 2 more reagents, LiAlH4 and NaBH4. They are like Li plus and AlH4 minus, and they are like Na plus and BH4 minus. They both provide H minus. They both provide H minus. LiLH4 is called lithium aluminum hydride. In short, we call it LiAlH4. Oh, sorry. In short, we call it LAH, not LiLH4. We call it LAH, lithium aluminum hydride. This is what we call NaBH4 is called sodium borohydride. You will find it too much in your organic chemistry. Sodium borohydride. Okay, we don't call it SBH. Now, LiLH4, I hope you understand the H minus will be coming from aluminium here, isn't it? In LiLH4, aluminium will be giving you H minus. And in NaBH4, H minus will be given by boron. So that is why aluminium possesses more metallic character. Aluminium possesses more metallic character. That is why this is more reactive. And this is less reactive. Why? Oh, what happened? Now it is clear? Yes? Am I not audible? What happened? Am I audible? What happened? Now, as I was saying, LiLH4 in LiLH4, H minus comes from AlH4 minus, and in NaBH4, H minus comes from BH4 minus. So boron has less metallic character, aluminum has more metallic character. So H minus provided by AlH4 is more reactive as compared to H minus provided by NaBH4, isn't it? Both will provide you H minus, don't worry. Both will provide you H minus, but H minus provided by LiLH4 will be more reactive. So they say this, he never use protic solvent along with LiLH4, never. Why? Because this H minus may combine with H plus of protic solvent to give you what? H2. And it will be highly exothermic reaction. It will be highly exothermic reaction. Are you getting this? So that is why we don't use it. Okay, fine. Remember these 2 reagents. We will keep using them over and over. But see what they do to our aldehyde group. Can I move this? Have you written? Okay. Now let's see. If you treat it with LiLH4, so what LiLH4 will give us? H minus. H minus will attack on delta plus. This bond will be broken. We get this. And if you treat it with water, what do we get? So we get 2 degree alcohol, isn't it? This is also nucleophilic addition, don't worry. Can you make the product of this reaction? But product. First of all, you'll get this O minus, isn't it? Now again, I have thrown what H plus. This O minus will convert into OH. I hope it is clear. Any doubt? Slow but effective. It's not like a very slow. It will be slower, but yes, it will be effective. Don't worry. Generally, we don't use LiLH4 because LiLH4 gives very vigorous reaction, and there are chances of miss hazard as well. That is why we avoid use of LiLH4 if NaBH4 is present, and LiLH4 is costly as well. Okay, we avoid using LiLH4. Okay, I hope you have written this. Now, let me introduce a very important reagent. Grignard reagent. Very, very important. Not just important, but very, very important. How it is prepared, let me tell you. If you have Rx, you treat it with magnesium in presence of dry ether. Okay, remember dry ether. Moisture must not be there. Moisture must not be there. You get RMgX. You get RMgX. This is called Grignard reagent. This is called Grignard reagent. Okay. Now, speciality of Grignard reagent is provides us R minus. Grignard reagent is like this: R minus Mg plus X. Means it provides us what? R minus. R minus means carbanion. R minus means carbanion. Okay. And it is highly reactive. It is very strong base. Why very strong base? Because it is conjugate acid of alkane, isn't it? R minus is what? Conjugate base, sorry. Conjugate base of alkane. The conjugate base of alkane will be very strong base. I hope you remember I told you alkane are weakest acid possible. Alkanes are weakest acidic possible. So that's why their conjugate base will be very strong. And also it is a very good nucleophile. Very good nucleophile. I hope it is clear. Okay. Very well. Now, let's say we have this. We are treating it with whom we can treat it. Let's say RMgX only. First of all, RMgX. Secondly, we are treating it with H plus or water. Now, how reaction will start? Yes. R minus will attack on delta plus of carbonyl. You will get O minus, and here Mg. If you want to write Mg plus X, it is good. If you don't want, no problem. It is obvious that Mg plus will go over there only. Okay. What we do, we go for protonation. Once we go for protonation, we get something like this. It is 3-degree alcohol, isn't it? Okay. Get me the product of this reaction. How 3-degree? So you decide one. Yes, 1 degree is the correct answer. No, 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 no. This is 1 degree alcohol for sure. Okay, so carbonyl, whenever aldehyde ketone react with Grignard, they form alcohols. They form alcohols. Similar to Grignard, is alkyl lithium. Exactly similar. RLI. How it is prepared? It is prepared like this. RH treated with Li in presence of dry ether. You get RLI plus LiX. Okay. So RLI also provide you R minus. Reaction will be exactly same as Grignard. Okay. Please note this as well. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, fine. This is nucleophilic addition reaction. Copy? Good. Now remember, yeah, here I am writing one place. If any heteroatom is connected to H, comma, Grignard can abstract that H plus. Remember, if any heteroatom is connected to your H, so Grignard can easily abstract that H plus. Clear? It can very easy. I mean, when I say very easy, I mean very easy. That H plus can be easily removed. Okay, very easily. Let's see how. That H plus. Now, if you treat this alcohol with CH3MgBr, so CH3MgBr will provide you CH3 minus. Now, CH3 minus, what it will do, it will pull this H off because CH3 minus is very strong base. Remember, you'll get CH4. Okay. Can you tell me the final product of this reaction? You have studied this Grignard. Have you studied this Grignard earlier? Okay. So what you will get here? A, what will be A? Yes. Here you will get Mg and Cl. Now we are treating with CH3OH. What will be the product? Who? Yes. This is nothing but your pH minus. Yes, correct. pH minus, it will pull this H off. So you'll get PHH plus uh, CH3O MgCl. Okay. Now PHH is what? PHH is nothing but C6H6 benzene. Okay. I hope it is clear to us. Good. Can you get me the product of this reaction? Yes. Butane, how? Yes. Yes. So R minus will attack here on this carbon. See, you have 1 degree substrate. 1 degree substrate. You have good leaving group. And R minus is very strong nucleophile. So everything is suggesting that we should go for which mechanism? Yes, Cl will leave. Product. Clear? Please finish this fast. Okay. So I hope you understood what is Grignard doing here. Okay. Now, not just this. Let's say if you have RMgX, you treat it with any, let's say you treat it with water, or you treat it with ammonia, or you treat it with alcohol, or you treat it with this as well. They all have significant amount of delta plus over them. Okay, because everyone is more electronegative. Now this R minus, it pulls all these H's. It pulls all these H's. Okay, you get RH, 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 RH everywhere. Got it? Okay, so I have to start a new mechanism now. But just 3 minutes are left, so I will start the new mechanism on the next one. Okay, so just finish it. Rest we will discuss on the next one. Okay, so bye bye.